And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. Postgame, Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. Game 3, ALCS. Toronto Blue Jays, man, holy crap. They woke up today. They put up 13 runs. 13 runs, guy. Holy criminy. Blue Jays were only able to manage 4 runs, 2 late home runs there in the 8th inning. But the Mariners are able to get those those 13 runs. Excuse me. 18 hits. I tell you, they woke up. That's kind of the Toronto Blue Jays. I was waiting to show up. I'm telling you. What's up, Blue? Nothing is over until the Blue Jays say so. Wow. Is home field overrated? Hey, that's a good point. Right now, it's not. Right now, it's not. Every single CS game, the visiting team has won. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mark, no. We checked the email yesterday. We saw that you sent it a couple of days ago. And since you are here, I will bring them up here a little bit later. We'll just get into the post-game stuff. And then when we start chit-chatting, we can get more into it. Absolutely, Mark. Thank you for sharing, though. We'll show those here shortly. But yeah, right. Seattle took 2 in Toronto. Dodgers took 2 in Milwaukee. And now Toronto has taken 1 in Seattle, man. It weird. Weird. Man, it's weird. It's weird. Hey, it's playoff baseball, guys. You know, sometimes you see some weird stuff like that. But one thing, the home run ball, holy crap, man. Toronto hit home runs all over the place. And it looked like Seattle was gonna do some damage. I mean, you get a damn first inning 2-run shot, kind of setting the tone, and Bieber, to his credit, he settled in nicely. Wind up going 6 innings. I think, 8 strikeouts. I think he only allowed one additional hit after that 2-run home run. So, I mean, my gosh. Again, Shane Bieber come out and he had a hell of a game. George Kirby, on the other hand, my God, that guy sucked. He sucked, man. What are you going to do? I tell you what, the fans in Seattle, man, boy, they were waiting for this one, weren't they? They stuck in there. They stuck in there. I'm talking about the Mariners fans. They got the whole shoe thing going on. The rally shoes. It's kind of interesting. But my gosh. Mark says Vlad Jr. showing the world he's one of the best in the game. Yeah. Yeah. George Springer had another great game today. 3-hit game. One of those being a home run. Barger. Hey, speaking of Barger, did you see who gave up that home run? Giants fans. You guys know who I'm talking about. Who gave up that monster home run to Barger? Let's see how many people recognize that name. Oh, my God. I'm glad he's gone. We're still standing in the bottom of the 8th. Great fan. Yeah, right? Lou, hey, give him credit. Give them credit. I mean, they even though their team was getting their asses handed to them, they were still showing their support, man, thinking, hey, maybe they're going to be some kind of comeback. And as you said, Lou, they're standing there in the 8th inning. That's awesome. Showing support for the team. Hey, who knows the next time they may be able to get to the ALCS. So, you know what? Take in every bit of it that you can. You just never know. Junior should have gone for that triple. Yeah, Farrell. What's his name? Schmoltz was saying, look, yes, D-Shot. That's exactly who it was. Very good. D-Shot coming in with what I wanted. Very good. Yes. The one and only Forever Giant, Puke Jackson, gave up that monster bomb. Granted, it didn't matter anyways. But that's what he does. He gives up those home runs. But back to your point, Smoltz was saying he was taking a pretty wide turnaround first base, and hey, maybe if he took a better line around the base, maybe he could have stretched that out into a triple. But it didn't really matter. Has there ever been in a cycle? That's a good question. I don't know if there's ever been a cycle in the ALCS. That's a good question. There had to have been, right? There had to have been a cycle in ALCS. No? Maybe not? Has there ever been an 8-6-2 double play? How about? I don't think there's ever been an 8-6-2 double play. So, hey, maybe there hasn't. Insane Sports says no, Lou. Okay, well, maybe we'll see one. We'll see. Tomorrow, guys, what do you guys make of this matchup tomorrow? Do you like Max Scherzer going up against Luis Castillo? Do you guys? I don't know. Blue Jays, there are Blue Jays fans out there. Are you okay with Max Scherzer taking the start? I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know what kind of year he had. I know he was on the IL for a very long time. Is he? I don't know. It's the playoffs, so it's a little bit different. I don't know. RJ says dead arm Max. To me, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Corpo. That's my thought. I would think that it's an advantage to Seattle. I don't understand why they would throw out Max Scherzer. 2018, Brock Holt hit for the cycle in the ALDS, the DS, but not the CS. I'm guessing that's back when he was with the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, back to your point, Corpo. I think Seattle has an advantage. Who knows what Max Scherzer? I mean, he's 41 years old. I don't know what type of year. It doesn't seem he's the same as Verlander. Verlander seems like to be a little bit more on the healthy side. Max always seemed to always go on the IL, or I'm sorry, the DL, for whatever reason. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. Especially, look, it's 2-1. You don't want it to go 3-1. Hey, I mean, who else do the Blue Jays have, though? I don't think they want to do a bullpen game. So I guess they got to do what they got to do. Brandon Wu, right? We're going to see him. I wonder if we'll see him during the CS. Or maybe they not. Who knows? If the Seattle Mariners do go to the World Series, maybe we see him in the World Series. But we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. I'm not a fan of seeing Max Scherzer. And who knows? I could be totally wrong. He could come out and he could absolutely deal. Again, as Lou rightly says, MLB playoffs is unpredictable. So you don't know. You just don't know. It is damn possible Max Scherzer comes out and just has a hell of a game. Hell of a game. Baseball is the best. That's a fact, Lou. Gosh, dang it, man. I love playoff baseball. It is just, it's amazing. I love freaking watching playoff baseball. It's just the storylines that are involved, you know, who are going to be the heroes, who are going to be the quote unquote goats. So when I mean by goat, I'm talking about the animal, not the greatest of all time. So it's always fun just to watch that stuff. I love to see the strategy. What is the manager going to do? How are they going to set up their lineup if there's some adversity? How are they going to set up their starting rotation? What is their moves going to be to the bullpen? I love that stuff. That's damn right, Ace. Damn right. America's pastime, and it's America's pastime for a reason. RJ, yeah. The Giants should have got to him. The Giants, man, we had that chance, man. We had that chance and blew it. Oh, you get me started, RJ. Hey, Toronto, what's up? That's one of our Toronto Blue Jays fans. Big win. Such a shame to not get one in Toronto. That's a fact. Because look, your back's against the wall, right? You're going to have to, at the minimum, you have to win 2 of 3 in Seattle if you wanted to go back to Toronto. Toronto, what do you think about Mad Max going tomorrow? You like Max Scherzer going for you tomorrow? You like him starting the game for the Blue Jays? I want to hear what you have to say. You're a big Blue Jays fan, so I want to hear your thoughts on what you think of Max getting the start tomorrow. Playoff base doesn't have that's a fact. No ghost runners in playoff baseball. Oh, okay, where am I going here? Let me get this all ready here. And there it is. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Getting it all loaded up, ready to go. All right, what else we got in here? Is it Brian? My bad. You're correct. Brian Wu. My apologies. He's been awful all season. Gives up many home runs. We're outmatched big time tomorrow, but he is capable. Toronto, that's a little weird. He's been awful. Gives up so many home runs. We're outnumbered. But he's capable. I get the hint. There's some hope in that last bit of your statement. There is a lot of hope. Been awful. Too many home runs. Outmatched. But he's capable. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I get you. He had a few good starts. That's what you're hanging your hat on. I get it, man. Hey, right? You got to hang on something. Mick says playoff Scherzer tomorrow. Playoff Scherzer tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. I don't think it's Seattle, man. They got to look today. Shane Bieber had a fantastic. That slider, he got that slider working. Not so much in the first inning, but the rest of the game, man, that slider was working. If Scherzer could do the same thing, well, then they might be good. If he ain't going to be able to locate that slider and he has to rely on that fastball, there could be some trouble. Oh, my God. 6 innings. 6 innings in the last 2 starts. So, yeah. 17 hits and 12 runs. Done. As they say, that ain't getting it done. That could be ugly. And then look, and if Toronto drops that one tomorrow, man, now you're down 3-1. Whoo! That means you got to win out. You got to win out if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. JB, what's up? A friend from down under. That is why it's 7 games. With the 2 wins already up their sleeve, when this game went south, it just became a focus of getting 9 innings out of the way and start again tomorrow. That's fair. Yeah, I get what you're saying as far as the Mariners are concerned. Yeah, they already got 2 wins in the bucket, so to speak. It's not do or die. And, hey, let's try to get through. Maybe they could mount a comeback. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Let's just get on to tomorrow. And look, Luis Castillo has been pretty damn good. Luis Castillo has been pretty damn good, so it's not going to be easy for Toronto Blue Jays. Now, given that Toronto Blue Jays got a little bit of momentum, their bats showed up today. Absolutely, man. There was hits all over the damn place. Home runs all over the place. Hits with runners in scoring position all over the place. I mean, look, they're going into tomorrow with a little bit more momentum, because in Toronto they couldn't do anything. They couldn't buy a hit. Talking about the Blue Jays, so we'll see. We'll see who shows up. Again, it's all about the pitching, guys. It's all about the pitching. Just makes big time, Eric. I don't know about big time, but appreciate that. Appreciate that, Minx. All right, what do we got here? All right. Let me see this. All right, one more. I think we got. Ooh. All right, nice. All right, I'll bring those up a little bit later. What's up, Isbell? Patrick Bailey was nominated for a Gold Glove Award. Yeah, he was. No. Yep. He's probably going to win it too. Hey, look, Patrick Bailey is a pretty good catcher, right? Come on. Yes, he has a tough time blocking. He has a tough time grabbing on the ball with plays at the plate. But the guy throws out base runners and he frames really well. So, look, he's a good catcher. Is he the all-around catcher that you want with bat plus glove? No, not necessarily. He had a better second half. That's a fact. Better second half for Patrick Bailey. But we'll see how that goes. Jays only need one. Yes, that's correct. That's correct, Farrell. All they got to do is win one more in Seattle, and it goes back to Toronto. Mookie Betts got nominated too. Oh, nice. Good for him. From right field to shortstop. Right on. Oh, my gosh. Max is still getting paid by 4 different teams. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. He's been all over the place, right? Oh, who votes for Gold Gloves? Baseball writers, right? Isn't it baseball writers? Do coaches have any? I don't know if they do or not, to be honest with you. I thought it was all baseball writers. I could be wrong. Someone want to look that up. Yep, the Mets, the Rangers, Dodgers. Isn't that where he's been, right? Within the last few years. Nationals, Dodgers, Mets, Rangers, Blue Jays. And I think that's all within about 5 teams in 5 years, somewhere around there. Yeah. Oh, Dodgers on him. Maybe it's just the Mets, Rangers, and Blue Jays. And it's going to be interesting. Again, that one tomorrow. Today was just an absolute that was a beating. That was a beating. My gosh. It was 13-2 for how long? Or was it 12-2? It was like 12-2 for the longest time. Yeah, Texas. I know Texas. Right? After the Dodgers, right? He went to the Mets, then he went to Texas. Now he's at the Blue Jays. Wasn't he the forefront of the Ghost Runner? Remember during the last CBA, wasn't it Max Scherzer? He was the one that was really advocating for the Ghost Runner. I think he was. Could Webb win a Gold Glove? He might. I know he got nominated. That's his first nomination to get a Gold Glove, JB. Did you guys see all the news about Blake Snell praising Logan Webb? That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. All right. I think, if I'm not mistaken, just read on Bleacher Report that Tucker will sign with the Giants. Get out of here, Bleacher Report. I know I'm not getting at you, Ace, because I see you're putting LOL because I know what that means. But come on, come on. No way. Tucker coming to the Giants. I just don't see it. Where are we at here? Let's see. Schedule. I want to look at what's going on tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow, right? Yep, 2 games tomorrow. Ooh, little different start time for tomorrow. Ooh, look at this. Different start time in Seattle tomorrow. Let's take a look real quick, guys. Milwaukee versus the Dodgers in LA. Undecided for the Brewers. Tyler Glasnow going to take the ball forward. The Dodgers. Tomorrow, the second game, 5:33 start. Max Scherzer, as we talked, against Luis Castillo. Again, I think Seattle should be able to get that one. But yeah, this one, 3:08 afternoon start down in Southern California. So that one should be fun to watch. We'll see. I got a feeling Dodgers will probably go up 3-0. Probably will go up 3-0. Where do I think Kyle Tucker will end up? The Dodgers get everyone, says Paul. You're not lying. God. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me. Right, guys? Would that surprise you if Kyle Tucker went to the Dodgers? I could totally see that. Interesting. Mark, again, our buddy over in New York. Scuttlebutt New York media has the Yankees going hard after Tucker if they don't re-sign Bellinger. Got that short porch in right field, right? You got that short porch in right field, and look, if the guy wants to hit a lot of home runs, well, that's where you want to go. Taylor Rogers glove. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool, right? Pretty cool seeing Blake Snell give Logan Webb some shine, so to speak, right? That was pretty cool. Good. See, it tells you Logan Webb is a freaking professional, man. That guy, that's why that guy is so important, man. It's not just what he does on the field. It's his leadership ability for the rotation. It's huge, man. And look, that gives, and look, other people are seeing this. Potential free agents, talk about starting pitcher free agents. They're seeing what Blake Snell is saying. And some of them might say, you know what? Maybe I want to go play with the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, maybe I want to go play with the San Francisco Giants. They seem like they're trying to head in the right direction. They got the leadership of Buster Posey. We don't know who the manager is yet, and we can talk about that later. But they got Logan Webb. You got Robbie Ray. Hey, you know what? Maybe that would be a good place to go. We'll see. And speaking of managers, man, there's a lot of news, a lot of interviews of other of teams wanting to interview specific people. Supposedly, the Orioles are interested in interviewing Albert Pujols. So Albert is getting some attention from different clubs. The Angels, the Orioles. Is there going to be another team in play for Pujols? Is this something that he wants to do? Maybe he's putting it out there. Maybe he really wants to be a manager, no matter who it's with. Maybe he just wants to be out there and be part of it. What do you guys think? Again, I see majority of us in here are going to be Giants fans. What do you guys think of the Giants interviewing Albert Pujols? Would you guys be okay with that? Would you guys be okay with Albert Pujols being the San Francisco Giants manager? Just Minx, don't worry about that. I think all the clubs are waiting. I got a feeling that it's either going to be in between the LCS and the World Series, or it's going to happen after the World Series. It's not just the Giants. It's all the clubs who are needing a manager. The only one that has announced the manager has been the Texas Rangers because they did it in-house. No, the Angels don't have him locked up. Insane. Orioles want to interview him. This is from Foul Territory. He kind of checks the boxes. Joshua says hard pass. Well, it seems like people want a young manager. Pujols is young. People want someone outside the organization. Pujols is outside the organization. People want a fresh look. He's a fresh look. So we'll have to see. Is he under contract? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Because who knows what's going to happen? Lou Marston, the machine, managing the Giants. Nice ring. Yeah. And another thing, right? Lou, he speaks Spanish. Giants got a lot of Spanish-speaking players on their team. That would help with some communication. Or not necessarily communication, but relatability, right? Maybe he can pinch hit. There you go. Player manager. I like Ross. Joshua, I like Ross. I wouldn't mind having David Ross. I would not mind having David Ross. David Ross, I think, would be a solid guy. Man, this would be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, it's all over the damn place. Matter of fact, let's see. Is there anything new? I don't have it up. Let me bring up Twitter. Anything new? Hold on. Diamondbacks hire J.R. House as a third base coach. Yeah. I'm just looking real quick, guys. I'm not saying nothing. Nope. Not much. No. Okay. Did Ross play for the Giants? No, he did not. Cubs. Who else did he play for? Boston Red Sox. He has a World Series ring with the Boston Red Sox and with the Chicago Cubs. Angels have a huge advantage over anyone. It's up to him, though, right? It's up to Pujols. If Pujols wants to stick in Anaheim, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He did play for them. I get it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Has Ross interviewed for any job? I have not heard. Armand, I haven't heard whether or not he has. Dig up Babe Ruth. And that doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, hey, insane. That doesn't make sense. That makes no sense. Why would Brandon Hyde be a bench coach to Nick Hundley? That makes no sense. It's got to be the other way around, man. Other way around. Brandon Hyde should be the manager and Nick Hundley should be the bench coach. Why would you want a guy who has managed recently and had some success at Baltimore, and then he wants to come to San Francisco to be the bench coach? That doesn't make sense. Hundley has never done it, so he could learn under Brandon Hyde. He could be the quote-unquote heir apparent, right? Brandon Hyde could stick around for 3 years, however long. Maybe he sticks around longer because he works it out. If he doesn't, well, then you got Nick Hundley as a bench coach for those couple of years so he could figure it out what it's like to be a freaking manager for an entire season. It makes absolutely no sense to have Brandon Hyde come to the San Francisco Giants to be the bench coach. That doesn't make sense. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. And Brandon Hyde is not going to go and sign with a team to be a bench coach. No way. No way. Who has the better resume? Hyde or Hundley? No, I hear you. I hear you, Insane. No, I'm not getting at you. I'm just getting after the idea. I don't see that, Taylor Rogers. I don't see that. I just don't. Why would he take a demotion to a bench coach to go back to a manager when he just could go? There's 8 teams that need a manager. There's 8 teams that need a manager. If the Giants ain't going to hire him as a manager, he's going to go somewhere else and be a manager. Oh, no. Mike Schilt. No, that guy's from what's being reported. And look, I don't know if any of that's true, but it sounds like that guy was a hellion. We don't need that. Jacob Jinglemiles Schmidt. Ah, interesting. Nice. Do not want Mike Schilt. But again, it doesn't make sense for Brandon Hyde to go be a bench coach somewhere. No way. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I saw that too, JB. That's pretty damn awful, isn't it? That's the problem. We kind of talked about it, JB, the other day. What is the effect that online, or I should say online betting, whatever you want to call it, has on the game? It makes people go nuts, man. It makes people go nuts because now you're sitting there, you're playing with people. Well, they're playing with their own money. But if a team is out there and they look like they're going to get a win, and if the manager makes some weird move and they cost the team a win, which in turn costs people money, then all of a sudden they start losing their mind. And who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the freaking manager, which they should be as far as as getting the win. But there's even more on it because now they're losing money. There's something around that, man. Something about that. I don't know, man. That's right. RJ, people get invested, and that's why I don't spend. I don't either. RJ, I don't. I just don't do that for that simple reason, because then it turns into something that it shouldn't be. You should be enjoying sports, right? As a fan. Look, if people could do what they want with their money, but I don't want it to do anything to where it's spoiling the game for me. I just couldn't do that. That's me. This day and age of baseball teams prefer zero experience to mold them in their own way. Well, then you know what? If you want to mold them in their own way, then get out of being a freaking pobo and go in the dugout. Sell your shares in the freaking ownership group and go be a manager then. What's the purpose? Then don't hire man. Then don't have a manager. Then don't have a manager. What's this? Get rid of the middleman. What's the purpose of a manager? Right? What's the purpose? If that's the case, if you want to mold them in your own way, okay. If all you're looking for is a yes man, then why have a manager? I don't get it. Emmanuel Clase career is over. Hey, shouldn't be gambling. Shouldn't be gambling. It's a shame, man. And it's a shame that you got all these teams that are just they're in it whole hog. It's all about the money. Oh, what do we got here? Nope, nothing new. Hold on, where was it that I saw? Boom. Hold on one second. No. Phew. The rally shoes. Okay. All the damn game from today. What do we got? All right, here we go. You guys don't believe me here. The Orioles have expressed interest in Albert Pujols for their manager vacancy, per Alden Gonzalez and Jeff Passan. So there you go. Maybe other teams will also be getting involved. I got to believe there is, right? There's 8 teams out there. Take it for what it's worth. We'll see what happens. They have expressed interest. What does that mean? Nothing. When power, that's what I do. Yeah. That's what I do. When it gets to $1 billion, yeah, I'll go buy a ticket here and there. Why not? Right? No harm, no foul. But I just don't do it on sports. That's just me. Prediction. Pujols will be the Padres manager. That would be something. Honestly, that would be something. Yeah, I could see that. I could see AJ Preller doing that. Oh, all the Yotani stuff. Here we go. Prediction. Artie Moreno will manage the Angels. Pool hosts don't want to go to that shit show. Yeah. I don't know. So what is it? Because some of the reports are coming out that Mike Schilt was just he was tyrannical. So was it because of AJ Preller or Mike Schilt just being a bit insane, micromanager? I guess he was really hard on his coaches. And I mean, I guess it was from all the report. There's different reports coming out talking about this. So who knows, man? Maybe it's a little bit of everything. Prediction: Artie will sign Alonso. Hey, he's got a history of doing that, doesn't he, Armand? He has a history of doing that kind of stuff, right? Isn't that what Alonso's looking for? 7 years? I could see Artie doing that. I could totally see him do that. Who cares? Senior, who cares? He's damaged goods, man. Damaged goods. Who cares about Trout? Let him keep him. You want to talk about a contract that is woo. They're on the hook. What, until 2030? No, past 2030, right? My God. They're spending like $30 million a year, right? No way. No way. No one's going to trade for him. He can't stay on the field. That is a brutal contract right there. 100%. If I was a team, I would not want to trade for Mike Trout. Rendon was the worst. Yeah, Rendon's right up there too. He signed until 20, so you got another 4 years. Make that 5. No thanks. No thanks. Here, let's take a look. What's the most he's played over the last couple of years? I want to take a look. When was his last quote unquote full season? Okay, games played. This year, played 130. It's okay. 2024 was 29 games. 2023 was 82 games. 2022, 119 games. 2021, 36 games. So one season, which was last year, it was okay. Okay. Batted 232, 26 home runs. No thanks. Pass. They have to eat a bunch of look. The thing is, if they eat a bunch of that contract, well, maybe you may not have to give up a bunch of prospects, considering how much production you'll get out of Mike Trout. And when I mean by production, I'm not talking necessarily about baseball numbers, but just how many games you'll be able to play. JB, between Trout and Rendon, their contracts are probably worth more than the GDP of some of the smallest nations. Yeah, I know it's sarcasm. It's pretty good, though. I like it. Good stuff. All right, where the heck am I? Wasn't he decided he pulled back, right? Wasn't he thinking about selling the team and then all of a sudden he pulled back? Doesn't he have like an extreme dislike for the Los Angeles Dodgers? I think he does. Trout is making $37 million per year until 2030. How much is any of that deferred? Yeah, he pulled back, right? Yeah. Armand, isn't some of that $37 million deferred? I thought it was. Does not like Steve Cohen. Ah, okay. I thought there was something with the Dodgers too. I thought he didn't like the Dodgers. There's something on. I know there's some history with the Dodgers, and I can't remember what it was. RJ, are you out there? I think you might know something about that. BC. Yeah, he hates the Dodgers. That's what I thought. Yeah. We run this sport. No deferred money on Trout's contract. Ooh. Wow. Hold on. Let me look. I'm going to look on. Put on Cot. Yikes. That's rough, man. Nope. You're right. $37 million until 2030. 37. $37 million a year. Oh, man. That's brutal, man. $37 million a year for Mike Trout. You had to do with Pujols? Wow. Oh, what do we got here? MLB trade rumor. Oh, hold on. Let me see. What's MLB trade rumor saying? Some more stuff. Just broke. Well, no, not just broke. About an hour and a half ago. More on Pujols. Expected to interview for the Orioles managerial opening. Angels aren't the only team vying for Albert Pujols managerial services. Get out of here. Come on. I hate this damn thing. Whatever. Alden Gonzalez and Jeff Passan, again, according to that tweet as well, reported the Orioles are expected to interview Pujols for their opening. Baltimore fired Brandon Hyde in May of this past season. Tony Monsolino took over on an interim basis, and he remains in a mix for the full-time gig. ESPN story comes less than a week. Again, this is an ESPN story. Comes less than a week after reports of Pujols closing in on the LA Dodgers or LA Angels job. Let's see. The Hall of Fame first baseman was regarded as a front runner for the position at the beginning of October, and follow-up stories have supported that notion, though there's been no report of an official offer from the Angels. Gonzalez and Passan noted that Los Angeles is still the most likely landing spot for Pujols. Baltimore dismissed Hyde, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, talking about that. In addition to the enticing roster, a couple of St. Louis connections could make the Baltimore a desirable landing spot for Pujols. As Gonzalez and Passan point out, Orioles president of baseball operations, Mike Elias, was a scout for the Cardinals during Pujols' playing days. Pujols is still close to the Cardinals teammate Matt Holliday, the father of Orioles infielder Jackson Holliday. If Pujols does land a job with an MLB team, it will be his first in affiliated ball. He managed Leones del Escogido, closest I can get, a Dominican winter ball team last offseason. Pujols has been tabbed to lead the Dominican Republic national team in the upcoming World Baseball Classic, though that would likely change if he earns a major league position. Well, there you go. So, expected to interview for the Orioles manager. Well, there you go. What's up, Jim? What's up, Jim? What's up, brother? Waiting for the winter meetings, I think. Yeah? Yeah? Molina is a Giants dark horse manager for Yandy. I don't see that. I just don't see that. He's going to be the manager for the St. Louis Cardinals, man. Right? Come on. Right now, he's a coach for the St. Louis Cardinals. He is next in line to be the St. Louis Cardinals manager. There's no doubt about it. He is loyal to this. He played with the Cardinals his entire career. His entire career. Why would he leave to go play for another organization, especially in the National League? Especially when the Giants are, there's a little rivalry right there with the St. Louis Cardinals, right? Especially in the playoffs. I just don't see it. I see him being the St. Louis Cardinals future manager. Right, Jim? Does that make sense? GM, yeah, don't the GM meetings, they occur in November, right? And then the winter meetings are like the first week of December, if I'm not mistaken. I still think, look, the manager stuff, there you go. Why hasn't Bloom told Marmol? Yeah, Bloom just took over, right? Didn't Bloom just take over for, I don't know if they call it a GM or a Pobo. Why he hasn't told Marmol to kick rocks already? Yeah. It may happen. It may happen. NorCal. It very well may. Wouldn't be surprised. But they probably won't make that decision. I mean, it's in-house, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make that decision if it's after the playoffs. But that's where I'm kind of going. I think all the manager announcements will probably happen after the World Series. That's where I'm thinking. Because look, there's 8 teams, man. 8 teams. And no one has announced, other than the Texas Rangers, have not announced. I would say Benji, but it would take him 20 minutes to get to the mound to take the pitching change. Jeff Leonard flaps down. Yeah, he kept that one arm down. What was his right arm? $37 million for Mike Trout. My God. My God. Seriously. Oh, he did? Bloom said he'll be the manager for the next year? Okay. Maybe the year after. We'll see. Is Marmol still under contract? Is that why? Dark horse manager. Ooh. That's a good one, Jim. Dark horse. Man, that's a good one. I don't know. I just want a damn manager. Damn, Jim. That's a good one. I really don't want a dark horse, though. I know what you mean by that. Linux leader. Go, Jays, go. Yeah. They woke up today. Linux, I haven't seen you here before. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. What's up? Oh, he's caps. Now he's coming in with some caps. Go, Jays, go. Hey, they look good today, Linux. Can they keep it up, though? You got to win one more if you want to get it back to Toronto, man. Linux. I already asked one Blue Jay fan this question. How do you feel about Max Scherzer starting tomorrow for the Blue Jays? How do you like it? Do you like it? There you go. He's still under contract. He's got a 2-year extension in 24, so that takes him through to 26. Yeah. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Kyle? Kyle, you want to get on the payroll? You want to be the official translator for Giant Sports Talk Live? I'll throw out the link. Come give me a lesson. Come give me a lesson. Anyways, Linux, what do you think? Max Scherzer, do you like it tomorrow or you don't like it? You feel confident? Come on, Linux, are you out there? Come on, man. Not many bullets left, Kyle. Lou brought up some good facts. In his last 6 innings, he's given up, was it 17 hits, 12 runs? Brutal. Let's look at that, matter of fact. Yeesh. Yeesh. This is not good. Yeah, I think you're right, Norco. Here's Scherzer over his how he finished out the season. September 24th, lost 5 innings, gave up 10 hits for 4 earned runs. Against the Royals, went 2/3 of an inning. 2/3 of an inning. 7 hits, 7 earned. Back in the middle of September is a little bit better. 5 innings, only gave up 2 earned on 4 hits. Beginning of September, 4 1/3, gave up 3 hits and 4 earned. That's not good. Then at the very end of August, it went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits and 4 earned. That's not good. Man, that is not good. I guess Lennox came in here and just did a drive-by because he's not telling me what he thinks about Max Scherzer starting tomorrow. Armand, that's pretty good. Giant Sports Talk Live has a bigger payroll than the Marlins, A's, Pirates, and the Rockies. Yeah, he roots for the Jays. He roots for the Jays. Yeah, he grew up listening to the Jays and Giants. Nothing wrong with that. Crawford as a manager, but it's too early after retirement. I don't know. Does he strike you as kind of a managerial kind of? Seems like. Who knows? Everybody thought Bob Melvin was a really quiet guy, and the guy was he was a pretty dogged manager. He was really set in his ways. He wasn't as soft-spoken as we think he is. What he projects, in front of the camera and during the game and post games is a little bit different than when he's talking to the front office. A dead arm issue. Well, that happens when you get a little bit up in your age, right? Yeah. Pablo Sandoval. There you go. Pablo as the manager. My gosh. How about that one, huh? Crawford could be a great coach behind the scenes. I could see him being a coach. Yeah, Kyle, I could see him being a coach. Infield coach. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Croc could actually be a good manager. He practically is running a team right now with his 12 kids. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Oh, Kyle, you're speaking my lingo, man. I still think he's the guy, man. What I mean by he's the guy, I think he's the right guy for the job. He's never had the opportunity to manage. He's done everything but being able to do that. He's in Buster Posey's inner circle. That's RJ. I want Ron Wotus, man. He's the guy. Barry Bloom said it perfectly, and I kind of alluded to it, but he said it in a much better way. I said that he has been able to be a bench coach, Lou and Bruce Bochy. If you could be a bench coach for those 3 managers, not to mention he was also the bench coach for Gabe Kapler, I think he would be perfect. And what Barry Bloom suggested is he links all those eras together, right? He's got the pulse on what is important to the club. And right now he's a special assistant to Buster Posey, man. He's up there in the GM office, or the GM box, I should say, during a lot of the home games. So he is a trusted advisor to Buster Posey. So why not have Juan Rodas? Now, I guess it would be up to him. Does he want to do the travel again? I don't know. God, I would love that. Honestly, I would love that. I would love that guy, man. You guys have heard him talk about the game, right? My gosh, the guy knows the game. He knows it cold. He would be awesome. I would love to see Juan Rodas be the next manager of the San Francisco Giants. Come on. Oh, and Ron Wotus will do that, Jim. You listen to some of the stories from Ron Wotus. This shit is hilarious. He had words with Kershaw. What was it? The last time he had some words with Kershaw during spring training. I guess Kershaw was throwing at some of the guys or something, and Wotus didn't like it. I gotta understand. Do you think it should be outside the organization? Let me ask you that. Is that something that you want? Do you want someone outside the organization? Does it matter? And if you do want someone outside the organization, what does that exactly mean? I mean, what is that? How is that any better than someone? How is that any different than someone within the organization? For example, Ron Wotus, right? Would you have an issue with Ron Wotus being the next manager of the San Francisco Giants? Now, if you told me Mark Hallberg, I'd have it. Okay, I don't like it. Hey, at the minimum, at least he's coached more than we could say for Nick Hundley. Why do you think you're linking? Okay. If you were able to hire a young Bruce Bochy, would you do it? Were you happy with Bruce Bochy as a manager of the San Francisco Giants? And I'm not going to. Ron Wotus is not Mark Hallberg. By the way, I saw both of them together at Marty Lurie's movie premiere. They were both attended the event, which was cool. It's good stuff, man. That movie was fantastic. And I think you might be right. NorCal, you might be right. It might have sailed. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Insane Sports, how would you like this? How would you like to have Ron Wotus as your manager, say, for the next 3 years? Nick Hundley could be your bench coach for the next 3 years. Then once Wotus is done, Nick Hundley could come right in and fill the position nicely, because 3 years as a bench coach under Ron Wotus will get him all the experience that he would need to lead the club as the next manager. And guess what? He will still be in his 40s. Talking about Nick Hundley. He'll still be in his 40s if he's the bench coach for the next 3 years. It's on the job training for Nick Hundley to be the next manager. I think it would be fantastic. But I don't think that's probably what's going to happen, because I think they could have announced, because he's in-house, right? Okay, 5 years. I believe Ron Wotus is 64. He probably could do a good 3 years, right? Give him a good 3, maybe 4. Again, Nick Hundley as your bench coach. There you go. What's up, Shardall? I want a manager who manages his game inside the organization or not. I don't want an organizational yes man. Yeah, exactly. No, Shardall. See, but you can't do that with a manager. You just don't do that with managers. There's no managers out there that have a 10 plus years guaranteed contract. Usually it's like 2 years and then you get extended 2 years and they get extended 2 years. They just don't come and say, you know what, you're our manager for the next 10 years. It just doesn't happen. Flannery's done with that stuff, man. He's living a life doing his music. Can't blame him. He's doing his dream, playing music. That's awesome. All right, what else we got here? They need someone here who will be 10. They need someone who will be here 10 plus years. Way to go, Shardall. Someone that has the ability to go 10 years if need be. Is that what you're trying to say? Well, we'll find out soon enough, guys. This is just, hey, and that's what sucks. When there's no news, all we could do is just kick this around over and over and over and whatever. Okay, that's fair. But you can't, okay, one thing real quick before I get out of here. NorCal, you can't hire youth just for the sake of youth. I just want some. If Buster Posey is talking about win now, and that's what he said, right? He wants to win now. That's where the Giants are. They want to win now, according to Buster Posey. So if you're going to win now, it's hard to get a guy talking about a young manager who's never done it before to come in and have instant success. That's going to be hard to do if you're in the win now mode. If the Giants were in some kind of a rebuild, okay, I get having a young manager. It makes sense to me. But if, again, it kind of goes, it's a little bit contradictory to what Buster Posey is wanting. You're going to have, I want someone who has experience. I want someone who can fit into that job perfectly without having to have any type of issues in being a manager. Look, if you hire someone outside the organization, yes, there's going to be a feeling out period. A feeling out period. I get it. But at least they've done it before. I want someone that has at least coached. At the minimum, they've had to at least coach. I'm not going to fall for the vote effect. Yes, Stephen Vogt has had success. It doesn't mean that's going to happen every time you just go hire a young coach or a young manager. We just don't know. It could. I'm not saying that it couldn't. I'm just going by what Buster Posey's saying. If he wants to win now, you got to get someone with some type of experience. Again, in saying that's the vote effect. That's all I'm saying. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I just want a guy who's done it. That's all. Right. It is a tough needle to thread. Absolutely. That's true. No, that's a fact. I get it. But that's one less thing you have to worry about with a manager, right? Because it's difficult to be a manager, right? You're not just leading your team on the field every day. You got to deal with the media. You got to deal with interviews. You got to deal with a lot of things. It's not just going out there and trying to win each game every single day. So if you could have someone who has a knack for being able to do that, that's one less worry that you have to worry about for someone. That's all I'm saying. Managers age quickly. Yes, RJ. Mike Schilt is only 57, and he looks like he's 67. That's a fact. It's taken. Look at Buster Posey, guys. You're telling me that being a president of baseball operations, he's looking a bit. The guy is 38 years old. He's 38 years old, and he looks a bit older than that. It's trying, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Tomorrow, 2 games. Brewers, Dodgers at 3:00. Mariners, Blue Jays. What is that? I think 5:30. 5:32. Oh, hello. I'm back. 2 games tomorrow. And see what happens. Maybe Dodgers go up 3-0. Maybe the Mariners will go up 3-1. Again, tomorrow, what is it? It's undecided for the Brewers going up against Glasnow. Let's see how Glasnow does. His last outing was great. So let's see what the Dodgers starting pitcher can do, because, man, those guys. Oh, sorry about that, Mark. Damn it. I had it all ready to go, too. We'll do it tomorrow, Mark. I'm sorry, man. I forgot all about that. I got talking. Sorry about that. Shit. Tomorrow, Mark. Remind me. When I get talking, man, I totally lose track. But Glasnow, appreciate that, Mark. But tomorrow, Max Scherzer going for the Blue Jays and Luis Castillo going for the Mariners. I don't know about that one. I don't know if that puts whatever. We'll see what happens with the Blue Jays. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, and we will be back tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow. Brewers and Dodgers at the first game, and then the Mariners and Blue Jays for the second game. All right, guys, be good. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.